Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we currently have way too many domain here, and we need to get rid of some of that. So we're going to grant out some of this. We shouldn't need, let's see, which of these is the county capital? This is the county capital. We don't need this. I'm going to grant out this as well as this. There we go. Of course, last episode, we became the Byzantine Emperor. So there's a lot of territory here that we just do not need to hold. So that's absolutely wonderful. We're going to grant out all of that. That puts us at 12 of 8, and then we've got this up over here. So we'll get rid of all of this. That puts us at, there we go, 8 of 8. That'll do for now. So I want to get all of these guys grouped up over here, and we're going to need to also get some of this going. Now, I want to take a look here. Okay, we can bump up the size of some of this, which we should do. Spending some of this money. We're in this war right now, and we need to get out of this war. Are we at our maximum? Yes, we are. Okay, what about imperial armies? What do we have going on here? Okay, so this is looking reasonably fine. We're probably going to want to change around some of these eventually, but for the time being, that looks okay. So let's drop a rally point about here and raise up all of our forces. In the meantime, we're going to be sieging down over this way. Excellent. And we need a tax collector. That'll be this guy. That seems fine. Okay, so there's a vassal targeting us right now. They are trying to do a claimant. So let's take a look at what we've got going on there. Okay, so that's this here. Okay, we should spread some money around for sure. So we are interested in sending a gift to this guy, and to this lady, and to this guy, and to this guy. We're just trying to get some of these guys to maybe exit this faction a little bit. That would be great if they'd be willing to do that. We just took over, and we need a little bit of time to establish ourselves. I'm even going to send a gift to these very, very angry gentlemen, but they're going to remain very angry. We need to get out of this existing war. That needs to be an as soon as possible sort of thing, and that's understood. So let's see here. 122% of the faction military power, huh? This guy's a significant problem. We could gift him an artifact here, like, say, the image of Edessa. That would be 26 opinion, 26 opinion, 13 opinion. Is there anything here that he would really, really like? Not really. We can start working on swaying him, but that's going to be a while. What's he so angry about, anyway? He wants a seat on the council. Okay, so what's he good at? Well, he's good at martial, so we could potentially fire this guy, but he's a powerful vassal. All of these are powerful vassals. Okay, so there's not too much to be done there. He's very angry about not being on the council. He's angry about supporting foreign knights. Okay. Well, we should probably just work on swaying him for now. We sent him a gift, and that helped, but he's still at minus 100. Not rightful liege, huh? Okay. Well, I'd like to gift him an artifact still in hopes that that makes things a little bit better. Let's see. The image of Edessa here. Statue of the Four Tetrarchs, perhaps? No, he's not into it. You know what? Let's just proceed here for now. And we will keep an eye on the status of this faction. Okay, this is getting hefty. Okay, that doesn't seem great. The palace pillaging right, huh? Parochial vassals gaining 10 opinion of us? Actually, yes. I think we should do that. We need to get as much opinion as we can. So, this is Thessaly here. What happens if we just ask to revoke his appointment? This is going to be a significant problem, actually. So, we need to go through all of these again and send gifts to anyone that we have not already sent gifts to. These guys are very, very angry right now. Okay, so that one we already sent a gift to. There we go. Send a gift here. Sure. Send a gift here. Sure. This will be fine. We already sent a gift here, so we don't need to do that one. Sent a gift here already. Yep, that's okay. Sure. We're just spreading some money around here right now. We just want to make everyone much happier. That's the idea. This is not the only thing that we're going to do about this. We absolutely need to prevent this from being a significant thing. And it's definitely looking very significant. So to that end, we're going to have to try to pull some people out of here. So if we look at this guy's faction commitment, that's going to happen. Same with this. I think he's always going to be decent on the faction commitment. 790, 68. We maybe could do something about this guy. So another thing that we might want to consider doing is just forming alliances. So we could try to arrange a marriage here. Let's see what this guy has available. He does have a son. He would accept this. Done. Okay. So he accepts that marriage proposal. We're now allied to him. So he'll exit that. But we've got a lot more of these guys to worry about. So we could try to arrange a marriage here as well. What do we got going on here? I feel like our number of children is low. He would not accept a hostage here. Okay. We don't actually have the ability to arrange marriage here. That's interesting. Is he already betrothed? No. Fascinating. Well, for now, what we need to do is we need to continue to keep an eye on this, of course. So I want to move these guys down over here. Yeah, we're going to take crushing attrition over here, but we need to exit this war as rapidly as we can, I feel like. Yeah, this war needs to get over with, because we're going to have a big, big problem here. So, this claimant, we should probably try to slander if we can. And this should be on the scheme phase length. We want to drop that down as much as we can. So, we'll bring you in. That looks good. And then as far as a sycophant goes, you'll do just fine. For a courtesan, it doesn't really matter all that much. This is going to get done very quickly. So from here, we don't actually care who we bring in. You're fine. And what else do we have? At some point. There we go. You'll do. Okay, so that seems fine. I want to take a look at what the current setup is here. So he is not even the primary heir. But I think that slandering him would definitely make this happen. Liege was preferred heir minus 25. Liege is below court grandeur expectations. Okay. That's definitely something that we can deal with. So here at court, we can definitely bring up... Oh, there's no court artifacts out here either. So we can put up some wall ornaments here. Something like this. And then some furniture over here. We can do a hydraulic organ. This small wall ornament, I'm just kind of putting things in at random for right now. So this pedestal here, we can do the Veil of Veronica. We can do the Crown of Justinian. We can do the Image of Edessa. And we can do the Tree Atama. There we go. Over here, additional furniture, statue of a Roman woman. That'll be fine. And then we can do this, and this, and this. Sure, that'll be fine. But what we really need to do is just kind of wait. Court grandeur will get there. Baseline will be reached in 4 years. Okay. So that's fine. More people are continuing to join this. So we need to keep throwing money at them. So not this guy, but this guy. This guy, he will likely leave. So that looks good. Yep, you can get some gold. We already sent a gift here. We already sent a gift here as well. Okay, this is done. This one is done. This guy is directly in this. So he's probably not going to leave there. What else do we have here? Okay. So this is looking reasonably fine here. We've definitely spread some money around. We'll send some to this lady. There we go. What else do we have? Yes, you'll do. I think we already did this guy. Yep. Yep, and yep, and yep, and finally, we've of course got this guy. And that seems fine. I'm going to swap over to swaying him instead. He is the more important person, but we're still interested in slandering this guy. Now, how many people is that going to pull out of the faction? That's a good question. That's a very good question. We can't host a feast yet. Okay, that's actually a fair number of people that were pulled out of that faction. Now, we've got this faction up here. We should spread some money around over here as well. So we're going to do that. We're just going to spend all of this money pretty much that we inherited. It's all going to go up over here. Because at this point, we need to make sure that we are retaining our throne, right? So that'll pull some people out of these factions. But is it enough? Okay. So we're definitely seeing some things happening here. Are there other factions that are a primary issue? Not currently. It's just these two. And this is a lot less scary of factions now. Beautiful. So let's finish up this siege. This is going to be in 19 months. I see the enemies coming in up over there. So if we were to send... Is there anyone here that hasn't received a gift? This guy. Yes. That looks good. Okay. So I think that's about what we can do up here for now. We'll come back to that. And we're seeing more people joining over here. Okay. So we just won this. So I'm looking at the terrain out over here. And I'm thinking about how we want to go about fighting this battle. This guy's military skill is 28. He is our best commander. Okay. A hostile faction disbanded. This is... Is that one of the bad factions? No. So we need to deal with these two factions here. So let's see if this guy needs a gift. He does not. Any other gifts that we can send out over here would be great. Particularly for getting somebody like this out of here. Or this. 522 reasons right now. Okay. So that's noted. At this point, we should absolutely execute this slander scheme. And we failed it. Oof. That was only a 5% chance. We are rolling so badly on these schemes. Okay, I want to come in here. And the reason why I want to come in... Actually, no, I changed... yeah. I changed my mind. I want to come in up here. This is plains, but it has the defensive terrain. They're going to get that. I'm just looking at their movement here and wondering if this is actually the move I want to make. This battle would happen in 6 days. They would arrive out of here in 8 days. Yeah, I want to go up this way. So we're going to pick off this small force here. And that's absolutely huge. They're going to pile in, but they're too late. They can't win this now. Beautiful. They are far, far too late for this. So that's absolutely great. And the next question is, how are these looking? 8 months and 2 months. Okay. So this is for the Kingdom of Rum. This one we could actually allow, and it wouldn't be a problem. That said, There's more money that we can spread around over here. So we can take a look at this. What we're really interested in doing is buying enough time here for us to be able to get the court grandeur. That's going to be a big part of this. Okay. Some people leave that faction. This faction is the much more important faction. So this one we absolutely need to pull people out of. If we can gift artifacts here, this would be great. Which I'm going to do. And hope that this guy pulls out of there. Yeah, he will now. So that's good. We're still winning this battle. That's great. And then I want to... He was forced to join the faction? That's interesting. Okay, so this guy's only at plus 90. So we might be able to convince him to leave by doing something here as well. Let's see here. This would be 7 opinion. 6 opinion. Most of these aren't great, right? This would only be 5 opinion. We'll do it, but that's still not going to be much. So we're going to win this battle over here. That's easy enough. Okay, so with that battle won, I want to come out over this direction. So we're going to fight here, and that's going to be a small victory for us. There we go. And then we're going to come down over this direction. So we won that battle. That's a pretty big deal. But what we need right now is we need to stave these off. Particularly this one. So we're at 77%. This guy was forced to join the faction. This lady should be our target then. 622 faction commitment. Overwhelming faction military power. Is that still the case? I'm not convinced that it is, to be honest. Okay, so what else do we want to do here? Well, we could try to arrange a marriage with somebody. Yes. We'll get her out of the faction. Perfect. She is now allied to us. This went up to 81%. Okay. So more people are joining this, and that's not necessarily shocking. We'll throw some money at this guy, and some of these we'll need to throw money at. This guy. Okay. Any others that we need to throw money at? That's a negative right now. So this guy doesn't really matter. But this one we would like to definitely do something about. I wonder if we can get an alliance with him. I really feel like that would be the way to go. So this is awkward that we can't actually do anything here. They're visiting another magistrate's court in Acre. Yeah, they must be a ward or something. That's a little bit unfortunate, but we can look at this guy and maybe do something here. So arrange a marriage here. This doesn't really do anything, unfortunately. So let's see where we're going here. Up to 91. Someone else joined this. So this is problematic, to be sure. We need to get out of the existing war that our liege saddled us with. And this here, again, this isn't actually that big of a deal. But this one we can probably weasel our way out of. It's the other one that I'm worried about. No doubt about that. Here we go. Here's a guy that we could probably bribe. He was forced to join the faction, though, so that might not actually do anything. And that guy's super weak. So we definitely need to do something about this. I would really love if we were able to do something here. All of his siblings are dead. Ah. This guy's unmarried. However, he's landed. He's in our realm. So that wouldn't result in an alliance. We could not revoke that vassal. He's in our realm, but he's not actually underneath us. So this guy's also a vassal in our realm. If we arranged a marriage here, he's the heir, but I don't think Yeah, this is not going to result in an alliance, obviously. So that's definitely a bit of a problem. This guy's at minus 100 opinion. He's very upset. And a lot of that's short reign and legitimacy expectations. We're working on the legitimacy, but that takes time. So we need to get someone else out of this faction, and it's gotta be this guy. Do we have another son to throw at this? Yes, we do. Would not accept. Because patrilineal? Sure, whatever. A matrilineal marriage is fine. Okay, so that'll pull him out of the faction. So he will now leave this. That's down to 76. So now we've got this guy. I wonder if we can do something here, though. This is our courtier. And is currently unmarried. But we can't actually do any sort of a marriage here. Okay. So that's a bit unfortunate. I definitely don't see anything in the personal to marry there. So what else can we do here? Well, we've got this guy. And we could definitely do something here. So arrange a marriage here. This would... I don't think we have a daughter at this moment. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we don't. We have this half-sister. We could invite her to court. Okay, so she's arrived at our court. And now we want to immediately marry her off to here. If he'll accept this, which he should. Yes. Okay. Alliance has been formed. They're down to 66. The threshold is 65. Okay. So we need to pull one more person out of this faction. What do we got? We've probably bribed all of these people at this point. Most likely. What do we got here? Send gift? Yeah, this is not looking great. So who would be willing to exit? They were all forced to join. This guy has a lot of faction commitment. Forced to join, 818, and forced to join. So actually, this guy is the best one to go for. But he doesn't actually have overwhelming faction military power. He doesn't actually have that. So that's a little awkward, right? And then a lot of these guys were forced to join the factions. This, again, I'm not as concerned about. Okay. So there's another faction targeting us. No shockers there. So at this point, these guys can send their faction demand at any time. They don't actually have overwhelming military power, but we are in an awkward situation. So, let's see if we can do anything over here. Okay. Alliance formed. He leaves that faction, but they're still at 68 at this point. So what about this guy? I don't suppose we have another marriage that we can do here. No, we're pretty much out of children. So that's not really an option. Now, he is the actual claimant. He has 826, and his personality is 446 of those. The rest of these pretty much are forced to join the faction. There's this guy here. He is 3.2%, which would be enough. They can send this demand at any moment. There's got to be another way that we can get this guy out of here. 123 faction commitment. Claimants appeal to courtly. Liege and claimant relative skill. Primary title is not de jure vassal of target title. Okay. Personality minus 17. I still don't understand why they think they have overwhelming military power, because they really don't. So there's that. There's no way that this guy accepts any of this, right? Yeah, no. But I'm wondering about... what if we revoked this guy's appointment? %38% chance. Well, we could give it a go. It is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to see about wrapping up this war and solidifying our position, because it's a dicey position right now. We'll see how it goes. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.